How's everybody doing?
Good. It won't let me start my video,
Who is that?
Nancy.
Nancy. So down the lower left-hand corner, it won't let you do it?
Yeah, the line's through and I keep clicking on it and it won't unclick. Not that it's that big of a deal, but
Yeah,
it worked yesterday. Yeah.
Is there a little like triangle thing next to it to the right of it?
There's a little arrow that points up.
Yeah, click on that and see if you can select a camera, if there's a camera to select.
It says True Vision HD camera, video. I'll just try video settings. Oh boy,
Yeah.
I'm in over my head here. This general video. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
All right, well, I can hear you.
It's okay, yep.
Yeah. All right. Just wait for a few more people to get on here. How's everybody doing today, all right?
A little overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed? In general or about Google Classroom?
Just in general, there's just so much Google Classroom emails coming and this and that, and it's just a lot.
It's definitely a lot. It's definitely.
Hey, could I ask a quick question before the class about something else real quick?
Yes.
When I do a virtual meeting, I figured out how to record it. Now, how do I find it once it's done? Where do I find it?
So that's a good question. It should be in your Google Drive somewhere.
Yeah, I just don't know where in the drive. I've been searching.
Yeah. So the other thing is you should get an email too.
Oh.
And you should get an email with the recording and with the chat transcript.
Okay, because I just recorded myself without anybody just to practice.
Sure. Yeah. So check your school email and see if you got an email there. That's what should happen.
Anthony, I can't find the link to join.
Oh, I'll email it to you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, no email.
No. All right. What, did you just end it recently?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Give it a little bit and then see. And if not, I'll figure out exactly where it should be, but it should be in your Google Drive.
Awesome. Thanks. Okay.
Yep, no problem.
It's so weird that I can't do the video.
It is weird. I mean, you can try and like leave the meeting and then come back if you want to do that.
Yeah, because I did a meet with the student this morning and it worked. Cannot start video field.
Yeah, it's weird.
The host has asked you to start your video.
I
start
just did
my
that.
video. Okay.
Oh no, it's from person.
Up, the email just came.
Oh, good. Awesome.
It says select another video camera in settings, I guess. So I don't know how.
So yeah, if you go to that video settings where you stumbled across before.
The arrow.
Yeah. And then go to video settings.
Yep.
And then underneath, it should say camera, and then next to it there should be a little drop-down menu.
Yep.
Is there another one to choose in there?
Nope.
Oh.
Should I?
Your computer just might need to be restarted too. That'll probably do it.
Okay, I'll log out and log in again and shut it off. Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. It is 2:01. There's still a few people coming in here, but we'll get started. Is Marie?
I'm having the same video issue, but I can hear and see everybody else, so
Interesting.
No big deal.
Yeah. I don't know why that would be happening. That's weird. It could be like sometimes they update the app and then it loses the video settings or whatever. So that could be too. Anytime you have issues like that, my first thing is just either close down Chrome or whatever browser you're in, or just restart the computer and then try again, because sometimes it just needs a break.
Okay.
We tend not to, like my phone. I mean, I can't remember the last time I turned off my phone. Or, my computer I just put to sleep and then open it back up. So it just might need a little break.
No problem. As long as I can see you, we're good.
Yeah. Good. All right, cool. All right, so we'll get started then. All right, so what I want to do today is I want to go through some of the questions and stuff that I saw pop up in Google Classroom, and then go through some of the assignments that people have submitted as things that they want to do with the kids. And there's a few of them that, like ones that use like Common Lit or Newsela, things like that. I want to kind of I might do those tomorrow, just because I want to. There's a whole other aspect of those kinds of services kind of interacting with Google Classroom, where you can like set up a class and things like this that'll sync directly with Google Classroom. So for instance, some of you use Common Lit, and I know some of you already have classes set up in Common Lit that kind of sync with Google Classroom, where you can easily post assignments and things like that. So there's just kind of that aspect of things. There's other websites that do that, like Assessments will, Newsela will, Common Lit, and there are a few others. Those are the most common ones that I'm familiar with. So I'll probably go over those with you tomorrow. But we'll get started with Google Classroom questions for now. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. All right, here we are. Okay. Alrighty, so so that's my email. Okay, great. So here we are. I got my two classes up here. I'm going to start off here in the teacher playground. So so a couple of these questions that kind of popped up. So Pam asked, is there a way to privately comment back to a student who has commented to a post? I totally understand what you're trying to do there. You can't privately comment on posts. You can privately comment in assignments, but you can't comment privately on posts. So here, like any replies would just appear in the stream here as it is. A student private messaged me. I think he did it when he was Google Class. Yeah. Yeah. So you can go to, if you wanted to send a private message, like I said, either it's going to be through an assignment or it's going to be through these private messages here. So for instance, here, this is a student class. So say I wanted to click, I'm going to click on Rebecca here, and it's going to bring up what kind of is like her profile kind of thing. I'm not seeing where the private messaging would be. You always get a link to the email. So that might be a nice way to start too, if you wanted to just send an email instead of like a private message like we would in like Facebook or social media or something like that. But the private messages generally happen in assignments. So, so here, classwork. So this was the assignment here. I got sharing is caring. So this is your seeing my view here as a teacher. So these are the students that pass things in. If I wanted to send a private message to a student, or like see here for Amber posted a message here. So she sent the message here. So that just came to me, and then I can respond to her. Hi, Amber. I'm using your message as an example. Don't worry about being like, all good. Things happen. But that's where you go to do the private messages, through assignments. Let's see here. Oh, that's the wrong class. Back to here. Okay. So that was one question I saw that came up. Marie, I'm having a hard time locating documents in the Google Drive. Okay. So the Google is based on search. So your best thing to do, and you probably do this already, when I ever can't find anything or whatever, I just go to search and I type in what I can remember of the title. The other thing that you can do when you're searching Drive is this little down arrow here. You can do that. If you know what kind of document it was, like if it was a Google Doc or a Google Slide or something like that, you can click on next to type here, change this any to the specific type of document that you are looking for. And and then you can, that will help sometimes too. I know that's what I do sometimes. Like if I'm looking for a PDF or something, either as an example or as something that I recently saved, that's what I do there. And again, that was, so in the search bar here at the top of Google Drive, the little triangle here, search options, click any. And there are other filtering things here you can do too. Owned by me, not owned by me. So if it was shared by somebody, you can look throughout the Google Drive, or if you know it's generally in a folder and you just can't find it, you can include trash messages or starred messages. So those are just some kind of extra tips that you can sometimes that helps you find things that might be lost in Google Drive. The other place, oh, sorry, and this is just another sidebar too, is recent. Okay, so if you know you worked on it within the past couple of days, this helps too. So these are the most recent ones. The thing that becomes a problem is when you start having more classes and you have kids turning in assignments, those show up as recent documents too. So this is showing me everything, not just the documents that I created, but the documents that were shared with me through Google Classroom also. But that could be a place to start too. All right. Okay, and I think that was it for the questions there. Any other general Google Classroom questions that people came across when trying to like submit an assignment or anything like that you came across?
Anthony.
Yeah.
Can I go, or who's first?
Go, Michelle.
Okay. On a question, when they submit work and they get it in your Google Drive, can you delete that from your Google Drive? Will it stay in the Google Classroom?
No. So you want to keep you want to keep that in your Google Drive, because if you delete it, it's going to delete the work.
Okay,
Google Classroom has tried to make that be less cumbersome for you, because they put that in that classroom folder. So it shouldn't be mixed in like with your other documents that you've created and that you've worked on. But yeah, no, if you delete it from Google Drive, it's gone.
Okay.
There's a classroom folder on the Google Drive?
Yeah, yep. Okay, so here, let me show you where that is. All right, let's go back over here. So we are shrinking down there. Sorry, you learn something new every day, really. All right, so in Google Drive, in Google Drive, when you click on My Drive, you will find a folder called Classroom. And if you open up Classroom, what you'll see is a whole bunch of folders. So these are all the classes. Every class that you have created or joined in Google Classroom, there's a folder in there. And that has all the documents and all the work and everything. Anything that's been shared, anything that's been posted, it's all in there. Yep.
Wow. Okay. I still have another question though. Sure. Michelle, if you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. So yesterday I asked, when we're loading an assignment into our Google Classroom, if we want to make copies so that every student can write into the document. It sounded very straightforward. I make a copy of the document, I download it into Google Classroom, and I click on that selector that says that I can no edits, they can edit or make a copy, but I never have the option to make a copy.
Okay.
What am I doing wrong?
So what you could be doing is posting it just to the stream.
No.
You're doing it under classwork?
Definitely not. Yeah, definitely in the classroom. Definitely like editing the assignment to add documents.
So going to classwork, going to create, clicking assignment, and then you're adding a doc of some kind.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to just pick one here. All right, we'll do this nice little grade 2 work packet. I click add. And then here, it should appear, but it's not happening for you.
That is never a choice for me.
Huh. And is this a class that you own or a class that you're a co-teacher in?
It's just mine.
Yours. And what kind of a document is it?
It's a Google Doc. Yeah, I think, I think it's just a Google Doc.
So if it's, so there are some types where you can't make a copy. So I'm thinking, let's see, I think with Microsoft Word documents, it should be fine, but I want to double check that.
No, it wouldn't be Microsoft Word because
Okay.
it's something that was created at school. I'm just wondering if its original creation was in a PDF somewhere once upon a time.
Yeah. I
There's
mean,
no sign that it's a PDF. It's not, it doesn't show up as a PDF.
okay. So let's connect after and work
Okay.
on that, because that seems like a specific problem. I'd like to know what type of file
Yeah,
what type of
don't take
file it
other
is.
people's time. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all good. All right, cool. All right, great. Any other general Google Classroom questions?
Can I ask a quick question? It's Emily.
Yes.
So it's the question that I had posted to you in one of these forums. I went to attach that word problem Wednesday, that the first thing that keeps popping up when you,
Yes.
and a couple of my students, it was one student from each of my classes, they're unable to submit it. Like I said, which is fine. I can just go in and look at it, but is there a reason why they don't have that button?
No, not that I know offhand, but there is, sometimes there are just glitches that just happen. And yeah, I mean, the best way would be for them to just either share it with you or, can you click on it and view it at all, or the work that they've done, or no?
Yes, I can.
You can, okay.
Yep.
So they don't have the turn in button there.
Right.
Yeah, no, I don't really know. That's another kind of thing. I'd like to see it in person and kind of walk you through it too. So let's connect afterwards and
Okay.
see if we can figure that out. But that just sounds like kind of a weird Google glitch. And like I
Yeah.
said, those things sometimes just happen.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so Marie, how to grade was a question that you had. So here, I'm going to be the teacher here. So this is classwork. Okay, so here is the assignment, the sharing is caring assignment that I put out yesterday. I'm going to get rid of that. And 7 people turned in, 22 people were assigned, and 7 people turned in, which is totally fine. So now here I have, say, I'll pick on Linda's. All right, so this is what Linda submitted. And I think this particular assignment I did ungraded, which is, so this is not a great example, but that's okay. It would be over here on the right-hand side. So I can return it here. I can add a private comment here, and the grading section is going to be over here. Let's see if I can pull up another class to kind of show you in real life.
Can I ask a question
Go ahead,
regarding turning in? So I had some assignments that I was turning into the students, and then I was returning it to them, and then the kids came back and asked me, do I need to turn it in again? When should we return it to them, or should we just let it be if they don't need to see it again?
No, so you should return it to them so they see their grade, basically.
Okay. If there's no grade, if we're not like particularly grading that, though, we don't have to.
Yeah, no, I mean, if it's just you're just giving credit for them having done it or whatever, or that's it, or just, thanks, I'd put maybe a quick little comment on it. Thanks for doing it. Nice job. Return it to them, and that's it. No, and then they just need to understand the process and know that you're just returning it because you've seen it, you've acknowledged that it's done, and it's done.
Okay.
And that's it. Yeah. Yep. All right. So let's see if I can. Nobody turned this one in, but that's okay. No, I got nothing there. All right. Sorry, I was trying to find a quick example. But Maria, that on the right hand side, that's where that grading thing is going to be there. And then follow-up question from Marie: how to force to turn it in? I was not able to grade, only comment. So if you know that the kids, like these kids, for instance, if you know that they've submitted something or they've attached something to the assignment, or they've handed it in some. Look in the only do next one down. Okay. All right. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. So this one. All right. Okay, nice. Okay, so Jasmine turned hers in. So you click on this, and you already added the private comment there, which is great. And then if you click on it, you see that you have the, you've got the document that's going to be here. And you've got the files already attached here. So this was another ungraded one, it seems like. And so they put in the answers. You added your private comment there. That's totally fine. And then you're just going to click return so that they can see the comments and everything. Yes, it's because it's ungraded. So you're not able to put it in a grade there because it's an ungraded assignment. Yep, exactly. All right. Okay, and then Tracy, attaching a picture. So same process as attaching any other kind of thing. So you want to attach a picture, Tracy, as part of an assignment or as work that you're submitting as a student? Tracy, I can't hear you. Oh. All right. Yeah, Tracy, I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on there. But to attach a picture as part of an assignment that you're posting as a teacher, from the teacher perspective, it's the same kind of process. So I'm going to go back here to my teacher class. Teacher class there. So I have classwork. I'm going to create an assignment. And I'm going to add, so yeah, I can add it from my Google Drive or a link or something from your computer, or if it's a video, it's YouTube video there. But any pictures that you're going to want to add, you're going to add from one of these top three there for an assignment. And the student would do the same thing. If they were submitting a picture as far as work that they're going to do the same thing. They're going to click the add button and then one of those things there. All right.
Can you give me the password to get in this crash course? The code, because I don't think I'm in it.
In the Google Classroom?
Yeah.
Sure.
And invites, or did you give us the code?
I just did email invitations.
Oh, because I don't think I got one.
Okay.
You can just show me the code and I'll just.
Sure. There you go. There's the Teacher Playground one.
OG4B. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I know. Tracy,
okay.
You're being shunned, Tracy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're being shunned. Yeah, I don't think it is muted because it's not saying that it's muted on my end, which is weird. You can, Tracy, if you wanted to leave and then come back, that's fine. I'll let you back in. You won't be shunned that badly. Alrighty. All right, so let's go through some of these. If there are any other questions, you can speak now, or you can type it into the chat, and I will try and get to them as we go along here. But I'm going to go through some of the submissions that we have here. Let's just get rid of this. I got too many windows open right now. All right, so we're going back here to the classroom. Here, no, go to the student one. All right, okay, so there were lots of good things. So one thing that I noticed when people submitted things is that some of you just posted it to the stream as an extra thing, which is totally fine. And I'm getting the results of the information, but understand that students are going to do exactly the same thing. Even though you might post an assignment and think that it's clear that they're going to go back to the assignment and turn it in, they might have a hard time with that, and they just might not understand the process. So be forgiving and just kind of go with it, and say, oh, next time, can you please attach it like this? So at any rate, so here are some different things that people have posted. So Jackie Sullivan posted a nice Google Doc here of digital virtual model of a cell. Very clear directions. You've created a model. Now you need to create the opposite using a computer design program. So this is great. So these are instructions. So this is an example of something where she's giving you a bunch of different options. Okay, so kind of like a little choice board type thing with instructions, links for help, instructions here, emails, all that good stuff. Very nice. Instructions how to use Tinkercad and all that good stuff. So it's very clear and everything. So whatever the kids are going to do, they are going to they're going to add them as extra attachments to this assignment. And in here they have also a kind of a timeline where they have what is happening and whether it's complete or not, so they can the student can kind of keep themselves organized. So that's super cool. That's a great example of a total kind of a choice board type hyperdoc type lesson where the kids really know which step by step what they need to do, where to get all the information, what to do, and on how to kind of complete it. So that's great. So like I said, they would get that they would yeah, some timeline is awesome. They would upload it there as an attachment, as an extra an additional document or additional file. Very nice. Even though you didn't submit it correctly in your assignment, you did a good job. That was very good. All right, and then here's the Google Slides too. Let me just check that out for just a second. Great, some more instruction, gives them the information. Oh, and these are, so Jackie, are these the ones that, are these examples or what the students came up with?
Those are examples of models that were created using those 3 different programs.
Gotcha.
And then as you go through, there's like a little video clip. I can't actually take credit for this. It's Betsy Wormuth who did it with me. So she allowed me to use it again this year. But nice. It shows them, it shows them how to, like how to do the entire process. But this is a slideshow, so they can watch it to get more information on the assignment.
Awesome. That's great. Very nice. Very nicely done. Very good. All right. And then, so moving on down here, Linda Bailey, math assignment. So this is a perfect example of what you would use that CAMI program that I kind of mentioned briefly yesterday, and I went over a little bit after class. So this is a PDF, which you can't edit, as we know. And so on a Chromebook or on a PC, what you'd need is you need to use this CAMI extension. You can, we talked about this too, you can download it and then mark it up on a computer. But again, on the computer, you still need a program to be able to mark up the PDF. If you're using a Mac, then that's fairly easy because there's a program called Preview that's built right into the Mac. But on Windows PCs, I don't know that it's built into it. It probably is, but it might not be something that the kids are readily knowledgeable of. So if you kind of encourage them to use this, once you get familiar with CAMI, if you kind of encourage them all to use the same platform, that's generally a good idea. So with this particular assignment, what I would do is if I were the student, it says it right here in the middle at the top here, open with CAMI. I would click on that and it's going to open up a new tab and it's going to open it up in CAMI and allow me to type in my answers. Okay, so what I can do is I can either type in using a text box, or I can type in, I can use like a marker type thing. So find the perimeter and area of each figure. Each figure is in centimeters and it's not to scale. Okay, very good. So remembering my middle school math, perimeter is going to be adding up each of the sides. So 8 plus 8 is 16, and then 5 plus 5 is 10, so that's 26. So I'm going to add a text box here. Okay, I gotta create a copy first, which is fine. So I'm going to make my own copy. All right, click the text box. There we go. And what did I say? 26? 26. So 26. And then I just need to move that into there. And then 8 times 5 is 40. Bam. All right. So that's not really that hard. That kids can handle that. Kids can do that. That's, they know how to do it and they can type in the answers like that. That would be easy to do. If you wanted to mark it up using That's just highlighting. We don't want to highlight, we want to draw. Using a pencil type thing, you could do the same thing. 3 plus 3 is 6, 9 plus 9 is 18, 18 plus 6 is 24. So we can, this gets a little bit harder. Now you're writing like it looks like you're in first grade. Okay, but again, doable. Okay, that didn't take me very long. As a student, I should be able to do that pretty easily. The biggest hang up with Kami is that it's a process to get it set up, but it is pretty straightforward and you only have to do it once. And then at least they're all using the same platform and they're all using the same tools, which is kind of nice. All right, so that's kind of that's Kami and how we would do this PDF assignment there. All right, that's a good example.
Just a quick question on that.
Sure.
Before I upload it, could I use Kami and then upload it, and then the kids wouldn't have to do the Kami? Is that an option?
No, it's not, because you so they need the tools to actually put in the text boxes.
Okay.
So yeah, so they would have to do that, but they should be able to handle that.
Yeah, so it's just real time with them then.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. All right. And now, so Melissa posted this one from Newsella. So this one I'm going to kind of work on tomorrow because it's an article from Newsella, and there are some extra tools that you can use with Newsella integrating with Google Classroom. Melissa, have you already kind of experimented with that, with linking Newsella to Google Classroom?
I haven't, because they just need to read the article and there's a separate ACE template for them to respond to a prompt that I created connected to the article.
Okay. So you would have, so they do the quiz stuff in a separate location?
Yeah, there are only 4 of them and they're multiple choice. So they just sent back, 1A, 2C, 3B kind of
Gotcha.
thing.
Okay. All right. I understand. Yeah. When it's short like that, that's easy enough.
Yeah, and it's kind of a one-off, so it's not as if they're going to be getting a lot of these, and I
Gotcha.
want to take the time to set it up as a recurring thing.
Okay. All right. Good. That's good. There is, if that's something that you're interested in as an ELA teacher, any of you, or even great for current events and social studies and things like that. Newsella
Oh yeah,
is awesome for that kind of stuff.
But
so.
that's the ACE template that I can't get to make copies of. So it is a Google Doc.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's so weird. So this particular one, this one, right? Is this this is one of your students, right?
Right, and he apparently went in. So obviously I left it in edit mode when I've reloaded the template multiple times trying to get that choice to come up.
Sure.
So apparently I left it in edit mode last time. And so I had a student write directly into it. So I had to delete, I had to copy his response and then delete it and then reload the blank template.
Oh my goodness. All right, cool. Okay. Yeah. But I mean, like I said, yeah, that should work. And that's a perfect example of what you would want to do is make a copy for each student so they can just type in the answers there. Yep. Very good. All righty. Okay. And I think that's it from there. Oh yes. And then we've got the triangle project here. Let's take a look at the triangle project. Yep, so this is another one. This is a good example of just directions. They're doing this stuff offline, but you're posting the directions so they know exactly what they need to do there. And then the final product that they will do is they will, I'm thinking they'll take a picture of what they came up with, and then they should be able to attach that right to the assignment and then turn it in. But yeah, that's a great example. This is something that you would do where you wouldn't make a copy for each student. You'd want them just to view it. And then do the activity offline. Nice. All right. And then we've got some vocabulary here. Oh yeah, this one. So this is, yeah, and this is fine. So this one you'd want to make a copy for each student, and then they would just put in the letters next to the right place. And you got a little feedback too to make sure to see what they thought it was. That's awesome. That looks great, Marie. Nice job. Alrighty. All right, and then we'll go into classwork here, and so we'll see what these students turned in over here. Okay, so this is a form. Okay, so this is a quiz, which is nice because what's going to happen with this is the kids are going to complete it, and then it can be self-grading, so you can select the correct answer um, within this. Has anybody? How do we feel about creating quizzes in Google using Google Forms? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Can you do it? Never done it before? Okay. Okay. All right. That's fine. All right. Good to know. All right. So do you want me to walk you through that right now? Let's do that. Okay, great. All right. I'm going to walk you through it. So the easiest way to create a quiz using Google Classroom is to start it in Google Classroom. And I'll show you why. All right. So let's do that right now. So I am the teacher here. I'm going to go to classwork. I'm going to click create. And I'm going to click quiz assignment. And what that's going to do is it's going to create an assignment just like you'd expect. And it also automatically creates a blank quiz Google form here on the bottom. Now, if you're in school and you know they all have access to Chromebooks, you can check this, and it kind of puts it into kiosk mode while they're taking the quiz. So then they can't go to different websites or browse other sites or cheat in other ways. So so you could turn that on. Now, having everybody be at home, not everybody has Chromebooks, and the locked mode doesn't work on PCs, MacBooks, or tablets or things like that. So it has to be specifically Chromebooks. So I would tend to, for this current time, I would just leave this unchecked. And then what you're going to do is you're going to title the quiz. So quiz on Hatchet. That's something somebody's working on, Hatchet. Okay, type in the instructions. And then you're going to click on like a blank quiz to add the questions. So this is what a blank Google form is going to look like. You're going to title it Hatchet Chapter 1 Quiz. And then add your questions. So what is the main character? Okay. Add your questions. All right. So now this is a question where you could have it be a multiple choice and have them give 4 or whatever many options you want there. You can have it just be a short answer where they're just going to type an answer there. You could have it, if you want to have a more in-depth question, an open response type thing, you're going to choose paragraph. If it's just one choice that you want them to select, it's going to be multiple choice. If it can be more than one choice, that's when you're going to do check boxes. Drop down is what you would do normally. I usually use that for like a survey. If you ask like what grade is your kid in, then you can put all the grade levels in and then select the drop down. What state do you live in? That kind of stuff. So generally you wouldn't use that on a quiz. If you want to have them upload a file, which is kind of nice. This is more nice for I don't know. I think of more like beginning of the year activities where you're having people introduce themselves. Maybe you're sending a Google form home to families and you want them to provide their contact information, but then you want them to upload a video of them saying hi and what they're excited about this year in school or something like that. You can have them do a file upload there. Linear scale is going to be like a scale from 1 to 5. I feel great about this or not. Multiple choice grids, those get a little bit more involved. The ones that you're going to use most frequently are these top ones: short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, or check boxes. And you just keep adding questions. So this is the first question. Then when I want to add another one, I'm going to add another question here. Second question, and say I want to make that be a longer paragraph. I can do that. If I have a different section, I can add a title and description. Do that. You can add in pictures, you can add in videos, and what is this last one? Oh, you can make page breaks. So sometimes, so if you want to have one page devoted to chapter 1 and then the next page devoted to chapter 2, you can make this be a new page here. So they call them sections. But then, so this is here. So the title of the second section, that doesn't make any sense. But this is a new section here. Okay, so then you can have multiple pages, 2 or 3 or 4 pages, or however many you wanted to do there. Those are those tools. But it's not too difficult. It's pretty straightforward. If you already have like a paper quiz that you want to turn into a Google form quiz, that's the process that I would recommend that you do. go into Google Classroom, create a new assignment, a new quiz assignment under the classwork tab, and then you go from there. If you don't set it up, if you don't do it in Classroom first, you can create a form from your Google Drive. If you click on New, and then More, and then Google Forms. The problem with that is that it doesn't automatically set it up as a quiz. It just sets it up as a form. So for instance, here in this quiz, what you'll notice if you go and dive into the settings is that you've got a couple of things. One, it's restricted to users in Northbridge Public Schools. So that's checked there. And then under quizzes, this is already checked, make this a quiz. And then it has chosen to release this grade immediately after submission. So, I mean, it's literally only checking this off to turn it into a quiz, but, and then you've got some more options down here. But you might forget to do that and then wonder what the heck is driving you crazy? Why is this not working? Why is this not being a quiz? Why can't I put in the self-grading and things like that? It's because you started as a form instead. If you want it to be self-grading, that reminded me. So main character's name, multiple choice. All right, so we're gonna go, I'm gonna assume, it's been a while, that Hatchet is the main character. Is that his name?
I think it's Brian.
Brian? All right, we'll go with Brian. Cool. Okay, thank you very much. Brian. I'm gonna throw them off. I'm gonna say Hatchet. I'm gonna say Bob, and I'm gonna say Billy. All right, and so if we're gonna go with Brian as being the correct answer, what I did was, sorry, I'm going too fast. So I typed in the question, I typed in the responses. I'm gonna click on answer key. Once I click on answer key, then I can select what the correct answer is, Brian.
Can you make less choices? Like I have students that need 2 to 3 choices.
Sure. Yep, you can make less, you can make more. You don't need to have 4. I just by default always do 4. But you can do however you can do true false, you can do 2. You could sometimes sometimes I do 1. If it's like a form that I'm sending home that I want someone to agree to, I'd make this be I agree and force them to click that spot there. But yeah, if you need to reduce the amount of choices, you can totally do that. You don't need to just have 4.
Does it only self-grade for multiple choice, or like if we were to do a math quiz using this and we wanted it to be a short answer where they just typed in the correct number?
Yeah. Yep, you can definitely do that. I think you can do that. Let's check. All right. What is 2 times? Okay, and so answer key. Yeah, correct answer 4. Yeah, you should be able to do that. And then what you do is you mark this, so they'd have to type in 4. Now the problem with that is if you don't do 4, some kids, I don't know why they do this, but they might type in 4.
Sometimes I type the answer is 4.
Yep.
So we have to go back and fix those. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's where you kind of run into problems. You could always be specific in your instructions and say include the answer only. Don't write anything additional, so then it'll mark it correct. That'll just make your life easier. But yeah, you just kind of have to be careful about stuff like that. But yes, you can definitely do that, which is nice. All right, so that's quiz. So that's pretty straightforward. Again, kind of to go slowly through that, what I did was I was in Google Classroom in the classwork tab. I clicked create, I clicked quiz assignment, and then it created a new assignment and created this blank quiz with all the settings in place that I wanted it to do. And it's going to automatically import the grades right into Google Classroom, which is also very nice. All right, any questions about that?
If we realize that we didn't mark an answer as correct, can we then override the grade in Google Classroom?
You should be able to. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely should be able to do that. Yeah. All right. Close some of these things here.
So say a student completed an assignment, but maybe they did a packet, a paper packet rather than in Google Classroom. Is there, and we know that they did it, is there a way for us to show that they, I forget what word it means, turned it in?
Yes. Yep. So, okay. So let's see here. So your students, classwork, Here's my sharing is caring. All right, so I know that, come on, okay. All right, so here on my left-hand side here, I've got my list of students. Over here, it says missing, 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 missing. Melissa posted a link in the stream. She didn't attach the thing here to the assignment and turn it in, but I know that she did that. So here, what I would do is I would click on Melissa here. You could check it there. I could click on Melissa here and say, hey, Melissa, I saw you posted your work in the stream. Nice job. Next time, please attach to this assignment. Or you handed it to me in class, or whatever, however it is that you know that you got the assignment. You emailed it to me, whatever. So I would send her that little message that acknowledges that you got it. And then I'm going to click this checkbox next to Melissa's name, and I'm going to click return. And even though it says this assignment isn't done yet, I want to return it because I wanted to see that. And that is going to, same thing, I can choose to do the private note comment here. I don't need to add anything else there. I'm going to hit return. And now Melissa's been moved up to turned in. No, she hasn't. She's been moved to, where did it go? Returned, down here, down below, because it's done. So it's not that she turned it in. All these, if I check these, like I could check all these here under turned in, and then they're done. Return, leave a comment, return them, and then they all pop down to the bottom to where returned are. That's what you would do there. All right. Okay. So we went through some of those there. We went through Linda's. We saw the Google form. I know it's 2:44, so I don't want to take up too much more of your time. If any of these that we don't get to today, we'll go through some of them tomorrow. And I also want to show you through some of that, the linking with Newsela, Common Lit, assessments, and things like that. But this is another one. This is one that I would share, make a copy for everybody so that they can type in their own observations and whatnot here. But this is a great example. This is using a table, which is nice because then that keeps the formatting kind of nice and clean. So you type in, the question maybe over here on the left, and then their response is going to be here on the right. Sometimes with people, if you create a document that has like, say, this is the question here, and then they have to write below it, kids get confused because they're typing and everything's moving. Whereas if it's in a table, it's not going to move so much. It's not going to freak them out too much. But that is a good example also. And then, oh, this is a good question. All right, I'm going to save this one for tomorrow too, because I don't think Amber's here right now. This is talking about doing like a discussion board type thing. And can you do like sub discussions and whatnot throughout? You can't do that in Google Classroom, but you can use Google Groups for that. So tomorrow I'll go over that. I'll go over Google Groups and we can kind of talk more about that. That'd be probably a good way. That's something that's really useful, especially with older kids. Probably 7th and up is probably best for Google Groups. And then some of these are kind of, these two are elementary type things. We can go over those tomorrow too. All right, so that's what we'll do tomorrow is we'll go over the rest of these assignments that have been turned in. We'll talk about integrating with other services, and we'll talk about Google Groups a little bit. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask.
I have another question.
Go for it.
So you can even, if it makes it easier, you can even click on the assignment that you have of mine that's on the screen.
Okay.
I went to assign this to my students, and there's one student, it's going to come up as 2 students, but they did not, it says no assignment attached for whatever reason. So can they see, I am assuming that they can't see this on their end.
It depends. So what you can do is if you go into that classroom and you click on where on that student and where it says no assignments or no attachments or whatever, if you click on it and it brings you to the attachment with their name on it, then it's okay. It's just a glitch on your side. But there was definitely one situation, I forget which teacher it was, that it was a high school teacher. They had assigned something, done that, and it didn't show up, and their kid didn't have the attachment at all. I don't know why that happened. I don't think it was anything that you or she did wrong. I think it's a glitch in the matrix.
So how can she doesn't have it if I click on her. How can I get this to her?
So what I would do then is I would make a copy of this.
Yep.
And email it to her.
Okay.
And then she can do what she needs to do. And then she should still be able to go into the assignment and add it as the work that she did for the assignment.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Any other questions? Anything about that I may not have spoken about? All right, very good. All right, I'll hang out for a few more minutes if you've got anything that comes to mind. But otherwise, we're good for today. And I don't think I have any homework assignments for you tonight. No. If I think of anything, I'll post it. Have a drink of wine. That's my homework assignment for you.
Thanks, Anthony.
All right. All right. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you, Anthony.
All right. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Anthony, can you go back to the outsiders assignment for a second?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, so the first page that they can type in the table. But the next two pages are, I was originally going to have the kids like just answer it all in a Google Doc, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they can type on those second and third pages as well. They can just insert their answers right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they have to click on insert, or like is there?
No, nope. So like here, so like for this question number 2 specifically,
Or
they
any question, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so like here, because this is a table, any text that they're going to write is going to happen. Oh, all right. It's a comment only, which is
Well,
fine.
it's just gonna pop in, right?
It's what?
It's just gonna pop into the doc.
It's just going to pop right in. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yep.
So
Yep.
as long as they click on an area in between questions, they can just start typing.
Totally.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely. And obviously you've made this, you made this be make a copy for each student in your class, or you would?
Well, I haven't assigned it yet.
You haven't done it
until after the April vacation.
Okay.
But when I do.
Yeah. When you
Yeah,
do, just
okay.
make sure you make a copy for each student, because otherwise they'll be typing all over each other and that'll be weird.
Right, right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's all.
Nice.
All
Very
right.
good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I have one more question.
Sure.
Somehow, some students are finding my Google Meets.
Okay.
How do I know for sure that they're getting a link that they can click on? I'm trying to put it in the Google Classroom because I'm assuming that Google Classroom will be evidence of our lessons that they can look at later, because we're really trying to document everything. So I'm trying to put those links in there, just it's additional proof besides my documentation. So I copied the link and I put it in there, but it doesn't look blue when I put it in there. And I don't know how they're getting in there because I'm so surprised they show up. I'm like, oh my God, hi.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how do I know, or like if I press the email the students before the meeting, I've been trying to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do I know that link is showing up?
So yeah, I mean, I think. See, I'm not 100%. I have to see.
Well,
this.
if you click on my Google Classroom and you look at the stream today,
Okay.
I put the link like 3 times. You'll see it.
Let's go there.
Doesn't it automatically, if you set up in Google Calendars the meeting time and you list the people you're inviting, doesn't it automatically generate the link and send it to the students?
I didn't get one for this meeting here that we're in currently right
But
now.
we're not in Google, we're in Zoom.
We're in Zoom. Yeah.
Oh.
No. Yes. So Melissa, you're totally right. If you invite people to the meeting, so like if you create an event and then add guests to it, yes, everybody gets an email with the link in it. But I think what Marie's doing is that she's creating an event that has the Google Meet like conference option, but doesn't invite guests from that point.
Oh no, I am inviting the guests, but like say they get an email, like say I scheduled the thing today for next week.
Yep.
I don't want them to get the email today because, or they can, that's fine, but then they're going to need it right before the meeting because it's impossible to dig through all the emails and find it.
Yeah.
You know? So if they can go right to the Google Classroom and say, oh yeah, we have a 10 o'clock with Mrs. Oulette, and then find the link. But see, none of those on there are
no,
highlighted.
You're right. So that's it. So these don't turn into links. So what they're doing is they're probably copying and pasting. So highlighting this and then pasting it in their browser.
That's what I did.
That way. Yeah. And that's the only way that they'd be able to do it from here. But so what I would do for your particular thing here is not necessarily like, so say you're scheduling something a week out. Just say in Google Classroom, hi guys, I'm planning on having a Google Meet with you next Thursday at 10 a.m. Come back to Google Classroom 5 minutes before the meeting and I'll post the link then. Or check your email 5 minutes before the meeting and the link will be there and then you can.
So how do I post the link in Google Class? It just won't be a live link. They have to copy and paste it?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, so what part is the part that they need? Can you highlight on there?
Yeah, they need this. That's
just that thing.
Yep, that's all they need.
So can I just tell you what I've been doing, Marie?
Tell me.
So I set up just through email, set up the meeting time ahead and tell them to check their email right before the meeting time. And I set it in the Google Calendar. That's when I set up the meeting in Google Calendar so that it generates the invitation like 5 or 10 minutes before the meeting. So when they check their email, they have that invitation right there.
So Melissa, if I put it in Google and I made like a recurring meeting is what I put in there, they're just going to automatically get an invitation?
Well, so you've got two choices. You can either leave the code viable and not delete it so that it can keep being re-entered and reused, or you can generate a new meeting every time in Google Calendar. So I guess it depends on whether you feel comfortable leaving your classroom unlocked for students to go fool around in when you're not there to monitor it.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's what you run into when you post a link. Once you create a link for a Google Meet, it's live. So whoever has access to that link and that code, they're able to go into that meeting right away.
Like I may say my meetings from 10 to 11, but on a Tuesday, but if I don't delete the link, it's still live.
Yeah.
Okay, so I should be deleting all those links.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
If you want to.
Yeah, I mean, the reality of the situation is these kids have access to FaceTime, House Party, Facebook Messenger. They have all sorts of other options where they're going to be able to be video chatting with their friends.
I've left mine open.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it increases any kind of real liability for us in that.
Just lock your desk.
Yeah, right, exactly. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go crazy like fretting about any of that, really, because like I said, they have so many other options. They're not saying, oh, let's go into Mrs. Oulette's meet and wreak havoc.
I don't know, because I was doing a Thursday lunch bunch with everybody, all my math students and all my inclusions, like everybody. Some of them are cross team and some of them are creative. I'm going to use that adjective for them. So, I should be creating a new meeting every time.
Yeah, that's the safest way to do it. The absolute safest way to do it is this. Like I said to you before, post in your thing, hey, Thursday morning, we have a standing meeting every Thursday at 10 a.m. I'm going to be on Google Meet. Check Google Classroom for the code right before it starts. And then what you do is you go to meet.google.com, or you go to the waffle and you click on Meet. And it's going to open up, this is your dashboard here. And you're going to click Start a Meeting. And you're going to give it
Okay, I lost all of that. Go back, because that's not how I've been doing the meetings.
All right, that's okay. So I have a video on this too that you can watch and go step by step too. But so what I did was I typed in meet.google.com. The other thing you can do is you can go to the, hang on, let me shorten this. You can go to the waffle here, and you can go to Meet. And that's going to take you right to that Meet dashboard, that Meet website.
Oh.
Okay. Both ways are right. The way that you've been doing it is correct.
I've been doing it through the calendar.
The calendar, absolutely. Yep, that's when you're scheduling meeting with grown, live, civilized human beings that you're not worried about that are going to go into your Meet and be nasty. That's fine. But Google, this is the way that Google has allowed you to put a little extra restriction on it. So if you go to this dashboard and you click here, you got to give your meeting a nickname.
Okay.
So you can name it Let's. Oh, you can't. So whatever. Whatever you're gonna do. And then you're gonna click continue. I'll do Amatrona so it doesn't do all that. You're gonna click continue. They can join. So now I've got this, and I'm in here. I'm the first one in here. Then what you do is you tell the kids to go to meet.google.com, go to Meet, and type in this Amatrona. The shortcut.
Oh.
And if they type in Amatrona, that's going to take them to this room without them knowing what the code is.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you have your meeting. You are ready to end the meeting. You say, okay, everybody, see you later. You allow them all to leave. If they don't leave, you kick them out. You just make sure that you're the last person.
How do you kick them out?
So, how do you kick them out? All right, so now I'm in a Meet. So here, so the meeting nickname can only be used in Northbridge Public Schools. So that's what you do, is you go to Meet and you type in Amatrona. To kick them out, you click on the people here.
Oh, okay.
And then you've got the list of people here. You click on their name, and then there's like a little do not enter sign, and that kicks them out.
Okay, I had an issue also where I muted a student and then I couldn't unmute them because it was at the bottom of the screen, and every time I put my mouse down there to the little tab would pull up with the and I couldn't unmute her.
Yep. So she can unmute herself. You, as the owner of the Meet, can mute the other participants, but they can unmute themselves also.
Oh, okay.
So if she, in that situation for her, if she needed to be unmuted, she'd just go down here and turn off the
yeah, she tried to do it. I guess she didn't try hard enough.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And then so the key is with this, when you use the meeting nickname, is for the chat to go away and be deleted forever, for the Meet to go away and be deleted forever, is you have to be the last one leaving. So you've got to be the first one in the meeting, and you got to be the last one out of the meeting. So all the kids are gone when I click this. Now the meeting is done, closed. Nobody can go back into it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
And then I had one more question, and it left my brain. Let me think for a minute here. My daughter's playing trombone.
Nice. I thought I heard a little something back there. That's awesome. That's great. Nice. Yeah, well, if you think about it, Maria, I can jump back on with you too, and we can chat.
Yeah, thank you. You've been so helpful.
Awesome. Good. I'm glad. And I know there were a couple of other you that I said we wanted to connect. I think Melissa later we can figure out what we're going to do there. And but everybody else, you're good to go. Thanks so much. I'll see you tomorrow.
I remember my question.
All right, go ahead, Marie.
Are we supposed to record the meeting?
Yeah, so they enabled it. So Amy sent out an email this morning and said that they were enabling it again. So yes, you can record meetings now.
So how do we do that? And are we supposed to?
I think it's personal preference. If you want to record it, you can. I don't think They're saying you have to record it. So, you know, if it's something where you know that the kid's not going to be there, then you might want to record it so that you can share it later.
I mean, I've been is the record to see who was there? Because I document all that separate.
No, I wouldn't look at it that way. I think it's more of an access to information. Like if you're teaching something or going over steps of a process or something like that, and you know that a kid's not in there, or you know that not all the kids are in there, and you want to be able to say, hey, this is the recording of the meeting I went over, blah 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 blah, and then you can share it with the kids who weren't there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do that another day. I'd love to know how to record a lesson.
No, it's right here.
I brought it up for you here. It's super easy. Watch. Okay, so we're in the Google Meet right now. All right. And then the 3 dots in the lower right-hand corner, you click that.
Okay. 3 dots. Yep.
3 dots in the lower right-hand corner, and then it's the top option, record meeting.
Okay.
Record meeting.
So how do I give that meeting to another student?
So Neil just played with this before we went on. You'll get an email. So after the recording is done, you'll get an email with a link to the video and the chat transcript. So if kids ask questions or things like that you need to go back and refer to, you get all that in an email just a few minutes after the meeting is over.
Okay, so then if we want to save, how do we save that?
It's automatically in your Google Drive. So the email will contain the link to the video that already lives in your Google Drive.
Okay, so then when we're titling the meetings, maybe we should have Mrs. Ouellette 1, Mrs. Ouellette 2, so we can figure out which meeting it is.
Yeah. I don't think that the actual video is saved like that, but you could definitely try that.
Yeah, because then how do we know which video it was?
Yeah, so once you click the link in the email, you will be brought to the video that's in your Google Drive, and then you can rename it up at the top. These are too many steps, I know.
Will it be labeled with the date automatically?
Probably.
So
that would help. So
I'm 85% sure that that's correct.
Okay, thank
since
you.
it's so late, do you just want to do our thing another time?
Sure, that's fine. Yeah, let me know when's good for you. I know we're all kind of fried right now.
I mean, anytime's good. So I just figure you've been on a while. And
yeah, let's do tomorrow morning.
Okay.
All right. I'll send you an email.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Anthony.
All right, you're welcome. Have a great day, guys.
Everybody.